Hi, Sven Robertson from Haven Property. Look, I'd like to take a moment to have a bit of a chat to you guys about something that I hear quite a lot. Everyone says, hey, now is a great time to sell your property. What does that really mean? I mean, sure, now's an easy time to sell your property because there's very little on the market, you're likely to get a fast sale and you're likely to get a pretty good price. But my question to my clients is always this, so what are you going to do with the money? Because if all you're going to do is buy another property that's materially the same, I'd caution you to think twice about that. Because by the time you've paid stamp duty, by the time you've paid capital gains and agency fees, etc., it's likely to set you back maybe 2 years in any property price growth and gains that you might get if you include rent on top of that. But something I would like you to consider is this. Somebody once said to me, look, every time you have a non-tax deductible saving, it's worth twice as much as income because savings are tax-free. And that makes a very interesting point, because if your rental property, for example, has grown enough that you can pay off a substantial chunk of your mortgage, I'd encourage you to perhaps think about that, because what that means is if you're paying a $500,000 mortgage and you've got an interest rate of say 5%, and most interest rates at the moment on home loans are between 5 and 6%, to pay that $25,000 in interest, and yes, I'm making some assumptions on tax rates, etc. here, you're going to need to make $50,000 in pre-tax income. So by saving that $25,000, you're effectively giving yourself a $50,000 tax-free pay rise, if that kind of makes sense. The other thing is not only is it tax-free, but it's risk-free. So if you look at a mortgage between 5 and 6%, by saving that money and paying off that non-tax deductible debt, what you're actually doing is getting a risk-free return and tax-free return of between 10 and 12%. Now, if somebody said to me, hey, Sven, you know, I've got this great idea and you can make a risk-free, tax-free return of over 10%, you should probably think about that. Anyway, food for thought. If you'd like to talk more about it, I'm here to help and I'd love to hear from you.